We're going to talk music again today on this edition of Faculty Spotlight, this time with music instructor, Mr. Luis Leal. Luis, how are you? I'm glad to finally sit down and talk to you.
No, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Now, you're a music instructor, but I know you from the mariachi that has now returned to Laredo, which is Mariachi Palominos. So we'll talk about that in just a little bit because we're excited. I know Dr. Benita Ramirez is a big fan of mariachi, and so she's really excited to have you back, or have the mariachi back and you leading it. But let's go back first. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your history with music. When did you start to realize that music was something you wanted to do?
So, first of all, born and raised in Laredo, Texas. So I grew up through the public school system in Cigarroa middle and high school. As far as my passion to my calling for teaching, usually towards the end of my high school years, just, being in that leadership role, being able to help my colleagues and seeing the result of that sense of accomplishment, led me to, you know what, let's try this out. And, I tried it. I did a few years in TAMU, then decided to take my talents to go to Texas State University, where I finished my degree in music education. Then later on, as COVID happened a couple years long, we all remember COVID. So it took me, gave me some time to reflect, and you know what, let's take it up a notch. Let's go for a master's, where I got my master's in Latin music performance. So I took a deep dive into the mariachi world, but all my life I've been surrounded by music, orchestra. I started as an orchestral player playing violin, and then.
Interesting. At what age did you start playing, Luis? I mean, and before I go there, what is required to be a music instructor? Is a bachelor's enough, or do you have to be a master's, or what is it?
You have to have a master's degree in order to be able to be considered for positions here in any institution, really.
Yeah. But you started as an orchestral player, you said.
I started an orchestra in middle school, perhaps, age of 10, 11 years old.
But what made you want to get into the orchestra?
It was just the instruments itself, how delicate they were, the sounds at the time that I didn't know what they were, but the delicacy of the instruments, the delicacy of the music just attracted me. And
how do you get into orchestra? Do you just walk into the band hall and say, hey, I want to play something?
So what they do a lot often is they go visit, they do tours at the elementaries, and they do a presentation, and I was one of the kids in the crowd, and it attracted me, with different styles of music they were playing, different instruments. So, once they're done, they hand out. You either go up to their booth and kind of sign up for them and select 3 choices of instruments. Truth be told, I always wanted to play the double bass. And
I have no idea what that is.
The double bass is basically the tall instrument. That's the one I really wanted to play at the time. And I ended up with my third choice, which was the violin, actually.
Really? Why did you want to play the double bass? How had you been introduced to it, or how did you know?
I was just hearing it in music, so I was exposed to a lot of norteño music.
Okay.
So the bass lines, all the nice, intricacies that came with it, attracted me. So when I saw that big instrument, obviously my family wasn't as informed, so they would call it el tololoche. So I was like, I want to play that. I want to be able to learn that. Unfortunately, they told me you have quite small hands. Try the violin. But we're here.
Yeah, I mean, you're here. That's what matters, right? So is tololoche not a real thing then?
It is.
Oh, it is. Okay.
It's a different instrument with different set of strings involved. Gotcha. So, but yes.
So you said family. Was there music in the family? Was they?
I am the only family member in music, so I didn't come from a family of musicians, but I did come from a family of music lovers. So they loved music. They loved, they all different types of styles, different types of artists. So I was always exposed to it.
And that really, I feel like it goes hand in hand with where we live, the culture,
definitely,
and being on the border. I think it's hard to grow up in a Hispanic family and not like music, right? And so I'm guessing your family was much the same.
Yes, definitely. Yes.
What kind of music did they like to listen to?
Man, it varied. They were very big on, of course, the norteño music, trio music, so boleros, the nice, harmony, 3-part harmony voices, salsa, and even some classical music, So, and mariachi night.
All was in Spanish, or was there a draw to English music as well?
There was some attractions to English as well,
Yeah.
so it's just, whatever they felt was good for them, they would listen to it, and
Yeah.
I was always exposed to the varieties, which led for the open-mindedness of
Yeah.
what we have to do.
I'll always ask that question. It's a common answer that I'll ask you. I'll ask the person, "What do you listen to? What kind of music?" I'll say, "It depends how I feel."
Definitely. So,
That's pretty true, isn't it?
yes.
You don't always feel like hearing AC/DC.
Yeah.
But, it just
Maybe
depends.
a road trip.
Exactly, yeah, but it just depends on the situation.
Yeah.
So you go into middle school, you have the violin now to play. How did that go? Like, did you catch on right away? What was it like?
So at first, since I had the struggle, since they didn't give me my initial instrument, at first I did, have my obstacles along the way. But then, as soon as, when they say, when you gotta practice, you gotta work on your craft, you gotta take this seriously, and you start seeing results. As soon as maybe perhaps 8th grade, I decided to reflect again and be, you know what, let me invest on this. Let me see how far I can go. And luckily, I started seeing all those results happen. And, after that, it created some work ethic and some discipline to work towards it. And it was great. I had great mentors on to push me to be better as well. There, Miss Alma Garcia was my middle school director, and she was a great teacher, helping me and helping others, get to
And this was at Cigarroa Middle?
Cigarroa Middle School, yes.
And there's really a strong music presence in all of the middle schools here in Laredo, isn't there?
There's a
Has it always been that way, or has it really been a concerted effort, you think?
Well, it's been around for as long as I could remember. Even at the time before me, there's always been orchestral programs.
Yeah.
So strong orchestral programs. So that it's been around. It's been a collective effort throughout the whole community to put us on the map, and they are very, very good programs.
I'm guessing a violin is not cheap.
No, luckily our public school provide us instruments, so we never had to have that struggle of purchasing outside. Now that's not common everywhere. Some other programs do require the students to come and make their own purchases.
Yeah.
But as far as the instruments, the case, all that stuff that comes with it, luckily we do get provided that.
At first, did you not have that desire to practice as much, or it just wasn't? You didn't know that you really needed to practice
I
that
just
much?
did not know what it meant at the time until I guess.
Oh, you're 10 or 11.
Yeah, that's what we really don't. We try to obviously you try to figure out what your role is and everything, but then after growing up, maturing the mindset a little bit more, it just clicked for me, and seeing how it just gave me joy, peace, and happiness. It sounds cliche, but definitely.
Middle school, you're in the orchestra. You don't do any marching band or anything like that. Nothing whatsoever. All right. So you get out of 8th grade, you go to Cigarroa High School. Same thing. You get into the orchestra.
Get into the orchestra. Now in high school, we get the opportunity and the chance to apply for magnet school. So we have a magnet school here for the fine arts. So you get to spend half a day at your home school, and then the other half you get to spend at the magnet school, where maybe by my sophomore year, I decided to apply. I got accepted and got to get an opportunity to study under the late great Bobby Compton at Vidalem Trevino Magnet School, where you get basically the first-hand foreshadowing of what a private lesson would be, a one-on-one lesson with the specialist. More concert opportunities, more performance opportunities, more enrichment in your instrument itself. So,
as a musician, and you're going through elementary, middle rather, and then high school, how do you determine, okay, this is what I want to do with music, or do you not know yet? Like, do you know, okay, I know I love music, I know I spend a bulk of my life and time doing it, but what am I going to do with that, I guess?
I think it has a lot to do with the mentorship you receive. I was very fortunate to be amongst some of the best mentors I've had growing up, and if they managed to make an impact on my life, being able to, look, this is how we do something, making yourself not only a better musician but a better human being. Then I want to do that. I want to be able to help. I want to be able to contribute. If it's through music, if it's through an outlet that we all love. We all love music. I mean,
Yeah.
the world would be different if we do not, have music in our lives.
So when did you realize, okay, now I want to turn this into a teaching career? Were you still in high school?
Perhaps my senior year,
Yeah.
when obviously they sit you down and like, well, what do you like? I'm just like, well, I do appreciate music, or we do have a route to do this, and I took it. And
Did that surprise you? Because I think a lot of people don't realize that in the arts, you can make a career out of them. Did it surprise you that you could make this a living?
it surprised me because of how, due to the lack of advertisement networking of it.
Yeah.
They don't really inform us that all these options are available. But also, it's a two-way street. We as faculty have to work with advertising, getting the people informed appropriately that all this stuff is out there. So,
Senior year, you realized then you want to teach, right?
Mhm.
And you realized that college is going to be a part of that.
Mhm.
Were you always thinking about going to college, or?
and at the time I did not know that was an option. Obviously, I come from a low-income family growing up, and once again, I was not informed that these were options. So when they asked me, oh, I like this, well, there is an option to make a career out of this.
Yeah.
And it was so fascinating finding out, and I took my couple of years here, and knowing, and as more in love I fell with it, I just felt I needed to get more.
So you started here at Laredo College, or?
I started in TAMU.
TAMU, okay.
And then I felt like I needed more.
Right.
So I did my research, and one of my mentors ended up attending Texas State University for her degree. So I was like, hey, I want to go and mentor with him.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fascinating, the type of enrichment they would give you.
So did you graduate from TAMU and then you transferred for your
So
master's
actually,
degree?
I transferred from TAMU. So I did about 2 years.
Okay.
Then I transferred to Texas State University, where I completed my bachelor's.
And then your master's, you got it where?
At Texas State University as well. But now, since I decided to wanted to learn more about mariachi as well.
Mm-hmm.
Since it was around in middle school, high school, I was around it as well. I decided, I want to learn a little bit more of the culture of how it works within the mariachi genre.
Again, do you think that's a culture thing? We always knew about mariachi because it was around. I mean, or did you?
So actually, not that it was around. We just were always exposed to listening to it, but I wanted to understand it. So like, why these instruments came around, how did it come about, how long has it been around? All that stuff I wanted to learn.
Did you always stick to the violin, or did you play something else?
Actually, as the years went by, since I became a musician, a gigging musician here in locally when I first started, I picked up the instrument, which is the viola, which is a smaller guitar, and then the guitar, and then the guitarrón, which is the bass of the ensemble. So I've throughout my years, I've learned to proficiently play these instruments.
Are they all kind of sort of related somehow? Is it easier to learn these because of your knowledge of the violin?
So I believe that all these instruments have their own functions and difficulties because each instrument has its own role. So obviously the violin is treated as the melody, the melodic force of the whole ensemble, and it can do so much with it. As far as comparison to guitarrón, it's considered the heartbeat of the ensemble. That's the glue. I like to call it. That's the glue. That's what keeps us together, keeps us in sync. So, me as an instructor, as a faculty now, teaching this to other students, making sure they understand the importance of how, perhaps it's not as melodic as a violin, but, they have a much more important role in keeping everything together. And how does your role fit with the rest, and how does it keep it together? So there's a lot of roles, and then you have the guitar. And guitar could be both melodic or some sort of accompaniment, you know.
Yeah. You mentioned gigging, right? You said the word gigging, right?
Yes.
I like that word. So were you in mariachi locally, or what were you doing?
I was here. So I started my semi-professional career as a musician, as a performer, around my junior year with Mariachi Los Palominos de Laredo.
Okay.
From here. So we left, and where I spent.
They're still around, right?
They're still around. They're still around, and I did perhaps 5 years, performed 5 years with them, and then obviously I transferred, and then I started gigging all over Central Texas, Austin, San Antonio, even
Really?
and then even further up north in Dallas. So
How do you find a mariachi in that area to play with?
So a lot of it is through word of mouth. If not, they have their own community pages where they request like, hey, we need a violinist for this weekend. Is anyone available? So there's way of very universal communication for all Central Texas musicians.
You actually have not been here at Laredo College that long. I mean, you just recently graduated, kind of, right? So I mean, you haven't been here too long, but. So you're here at LC. What do you teach? Is it all related to the Mariachi Palomino?
So that's the ensemble I am assigned. So since my specialty is mariachi,
Gotcha.
so I take care of the mariachi ensemble, but also I do teach music appreciation courses with the dual enrollment classes here.
Okay.
And then I do teach private lessons, which are classes that are offered here for the majors and the non-majors. So
Okay.
and anyone that's enrolled in LC and wants to take a class. So luckily for me, I'm a multi-instrumentalist, so I could offer a variety. It could go from teaching guitarron, teaching vihuela, classical guitar, and mariachi guitar. They're two different things, classical violin and or mariachi violin. So
And you have a lot of students that do private classes?
my studio right now is at 18.
Wow,
18
that's quite a
students. 18 students, just the studio itself.
And how do they find out? Just because they're here in school, or do people outside the school find out?
That's a good question. Lately, a lot of them are enrolled in my mariachi ensemble.
Okay.
So every audition we have,
Yeah.
I always offer it to them. Where hey, I offer lessons as well. So if you want to sign up for a lesson, feel free, and we'll work on creating opportunities for you. Let's handle this. Let's handle that. So because not many know that. Once again, lack of networking, lack of advertisement, lack of informing.
Did you teach anywhere else before here, or you came straight to Laredo College after graduating?
So I was always a consultant in different districts. So I worked a lot in the San Marcos area, Cayo area. As a orchestra consultant and or mariachi consultant, and it's basically giving private lessons the whole day. So whatever their directors wanted, I would collaborate with them and hey, what are we working on today? Oh, they need X, Y, and Z. Can you come and help me with that? Of course. It'll be from basically Monday to Thursday, Monday to Friday.
Did you want to come back to Laredo, or just the opportunity arose?
Both. I always knew that eventually I would come back to help my community, just how the community helped me. I just wanted to find the right opportunity. Now, luckily, the right opportunity did appear, which was this job offering, and it was a no-brainer. I took it.
Yeah. So when did you start?
So this would be my second school year, right?
Your second school year.
So last year.
And the mariachi ensemble, if you will, the Mariachi Palominos, when did you start to form those? Was that always part of the plan?
So that was the initial plan. So obviously, I came in the fall. Obviously, due to time constraints, we couldn't open the class right away. So we opened it on the spring. So last semester was the first semester Mariachi Los Palominos came together.
Yeah.
And that was always the plan, to bring them back, restart the program, and go stronger than ever.
Yeah.
So
how's the response been?
it's been amazing. The students are great. More than anything, the students been wanting wanting something like this to happen, and they always ask why it take forever. Like, you know what? I've been here 2 years, so I don't have the answers to everything.
And it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it's here.
Yeah, exactly.
It's here, and it's here to stay. And I tell them, let's do something with it, you know. So,
Yeah, and you all sound amazing. I mean, we've seen you at already at several of the events. Obviously, you're going to be at most of the events here on
Yes,
campus.
we're pretty busy.
If anybody would like to see you, you will be, of course, at the Fall Fest that's coming up at the South Campus. There's a lot of video of the Mariachi Palomino on our YouTube channel as well, so they can see you there from past performances. You all performed recently at the art auction, so you guys sound phenomenal, Luis. I mean,
thank you.
what is your approach to teaching your students? You know, what is your philosophy or style, I guess?
More than anything, staying locked in the moment rather than, I like to use the word, do not wander. So train of thought, training them to actually analyze and every time we do a run through, we finish and we do an evaluation, a reflection.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys, what happened? What worked? What didn't work? And they speak to me rather than me telling them what the issues or whatever issues we had as a council. Because I feel it's important if they need to know what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
They need to understand what's happening in order for us to be able to handle the situations that are handed to us, because it's not always perfect. No performance is perfect, no situation is perfect, so we get different scenarios sometimes that we as an ensemble have to handle them to the best of our abilities.
Well, it's not perfect according to you all, because a lot of the times, as a regular person, you don't notice those things.
Yeah.
But for you all, there needs to be a certain standard. I mean,
And that's what we also say. We have to hold ourselves to the highest standard,
Yeah.
because it's a product we're providing to the people.
But you get what I'm saying, right? As a consumer, the little things that you all hear or see, we don't, right?
Yeah, and I said, whether they realize it or not,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we do. So we have to take that self-pride in providing that. And also, it creates opportunities to create, educating our consumers.
Mm-hmm.
This is what a top product is, and not hide behind they're not gonna.
Yeah.
No, we gotta educate
Yeah.
them to what the purest of our product is.
So where would you say right now the Mariachi Palominos is? Are you a top product? Are you where you want to be? Or is that always going to be something you...
We are, right now, in my opinion, and being in these 2 semesters, we're getting there.
Yeah.
Our drive is for sure grown. It's there, but it's gonna take us some time for it to just suffice itself. So run on its own. Right now, obviously recruitment and all that stuff. So it's fresh. It's still fresh. So
Yeah.
we have a fresh sound, which is because we've been on hiatus for so long. The program has been put on the side for a little bit. So I think it's just right now we are refreshing the ears of Laredo, not only Laredo College, just the Laredo community in general.
Now, you do go out and recruit, I'm guessing, to the high schools. And
Yeah, so I do a couple of workshops in at the local schools, middle school and high school, helping our community, because I feel it's important for us as faculty to be able to help them, lend a hand, letting them know, hey, we're in this together.
As a 2-year college, Luis, is it difficult to stay consistent because there's such, turnover?
I don't think so, because at the end of the day, the students that I've gotten a different variety of students, and they the one thing that always takes out, they want to learn, and that's one of my things too, is giving them what there's a lot of money. Some people don't have the financial means.
Yeah.
They work hard to get their education here. So as a faculty in LCI, I want to give them the highest quality. It doesn't matter, if it's to prepare them for university more than anything. So once they go there, the transition is not so scary. And also, being able to let them know that you can do it. If I have a student that turned into a music major now, that's gonna want to try out to go, transfer to a different university. Yes, that's what we're here for.
So they get into the program, that's not necessarily their intent, and then now it is their intent then. That's pretty exciting.
It's beautiful to see, because it just takes that one conversation, that one sit down with the student and explain, why we love this. And it was the same resonance that happened to me at the high school level, so if I'm able to give that to them, I always tell them, I just want you to walk out better than what you walked in. I want you to not be afraid of taking any task, whether it's music related or not. Just in general, do not be afraid of taking that next step for your betterment of your education.
Are the things you learn as a musician, are they applicable to real life as well?
Yes, because it relates to a lot of discipline. Discipline in creating routine towards something. So I also tell, it's not outside of music, it's we're creating a discipline, a routine of us being able to be respectful to others and be prepared with our material.
Yeah.
Because that's everyday life. You have to be prepared with your material and be able to showcase.
Most of the students that come into the program, Luis, are they looking to continue? I mean, you mentioned this one that wasn't planning on doing a music major. Are they looking to continue their music careers, or it just varies?
It varies. There's some that just want to get better. They want to get better at the instrument. They want to get better at understanding this genre because they are also outside gigging. They have their outside groups to perform. So this is basically another opportunity for them to learn different type of repertoire, different types of approaches of rehearsing techniques, different types of opportunities to play. So.
And is Mariachi Los Palominos, or is it Mariachi Palominos, right?
Mariachi Los Palominos.
Mariachi Los Palominos, I have to get that right. Because I think I've announced you guys as Mariachi Palominos in the past, but I'll get it right from now on, Luis, I promise. Can you gig outside of the college? Like, can you get hired to do work outside the college? Is that allowed?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely, for the students and for us faculty as well.
But as the group, can you do that?
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, obviously, I require a donation from them.
Yeah.
But if we all have available time for it, yes. And as a matter of fact, we got invited November 1st to go perform and get showcased in Austin, Texas.
Wow.
So for La Gala, Noche de Gala, that's how they call it. And it's basically advocating for mariachi music education.
Whoa.
So it's different schools from different places. And we got the call. So that we're November 1st, we will be attending.
Was that just a random call, or is that part of your networking? Did you know
it's
people?
It's part of my networking.
Yeah.
So it's part of colleagues that know. They've been following me, seeing what's been going on here as well, and they've been impressed with what they're seeing. So they asked, well, would they be available to come and showcase their talents here for the people.
Yeah, I can't tell you how exciting it is to be at an event and to have Mariachi Los Palominos coming in and playing. It's just an amazing time for LC and for the college. Moving forward, Luis, where do you see this program? What do you see developing here?
So eventually, the end game of this is for us to have our own festival, mariachi festival, for us to welcome all these local schools. Welcome, different groups from different parts of Texas, just to showcase how big this is grown, and we're relatively a very young genre in comparison to Western classical music, in comparison to jazz music. We're very young, so I just want to be able to showcase the magnitude of how much mariachi programs are all over Texas.
How far away are you from that, do you think?
Not too far.
Good.
Hopefully not too far.
This would be something similar to what TAMU does, right?
Mm-hmm. Something similar like that. So for us to showcase, Mariachi Los Palominos, showcase local schools, local mariachi directors, creating performance opportunities for them to have a stage to perform on, to have an opportunity to showcase. Look, we're here, and more than anything, to let the world know, Mariachi Los Palominos are here. We have something to offer for you guys.
Yeah. Speaking of, Luis, I know a lot of people don't know that you offer this ensemble, but not only that, but the private classes. So if someone's interested in taking the private classes, they still need to go through the admissions process, but they don't need to be taking a full load or anything. Like, they can take a class.
Yeah, they could take this class. You don't have to be a music major. You don't have to be, you just, obviously you have to go through the admission process. Once you're accepted from Laredo College, you could take this course. I'm always okay with it. I'm always welcoming new students with open arms for private lessons. Actually, I have a couple adults enrolled with me, so all ages are welcome, as long as you're able to be admitted for Laredo College.
Navigating the Laredo College website, how do they find you? I always just search the name. So they go to the Laredo College website and look up Luis Leal, right?
Mm-hmm. But that, or now they could look up Mariachi Los Palominos and my name's there.
Nice.
So You can either look through me through the mariachi process or just look over to my name or here at the Fine Arts Communication Department. You can just come and ask. There's always students coming and asking.
No excuse not to find you. There's ways to find you.
We're here.
Luis, anything you want to add before we wrap up here?
More than anything, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity, and for anyone out there that wants to look for an opportunity, it's here, guys. We offer the highest quality of education. So anything you guys want, mariachi, classical, anything, contact me. We can make something work.
Awesome. And of course, look out for Mariachi Los Palominos.
Definitely.
You're going to be seeing them around for sure. But for sure at the Fall Fest, I'll say that.
For sure, Fall Fest. We have quite a couple of performances. So what is it? I think it's November 20 will be our Noche Mariachi concert for us, which is a concert for us.
Is that going to be open to the public, or is that?
Yes. So
nice.
hopefully, I haven't gotten the logistics done yet, but hopefully we're aiming for it to be in the student center, the Kaysen. We just love the Kaysen.
Yeah. It really lends itself to a lot of things, doesn't it?
Yes, the setup itself. So we're aiming to have that will be our final performance from us, but we also have studio recital, and then we also have the ensembles concert that we will be sharing with the jazz ensemble, the classical guitar ensemble. So we still have quite a few performances, and October's busy. We've been playing maybe once every week.
Wow. Okay. So there's a way to catch Mariachi Los Palominos.
Yes,
They're out there.
A lot more opportunities this semester.
It's great. And of course, always our social media at Laredo Palominos on all of our platforms. They'll post when you all are up something. Luis, it was a pleasure talking to you. Congratulations. I mean, it's been a very interesting ride for you. You're just getting started, but congratulations and good luck on what's to come.
Thank you so much.